All right, Get Sports Focus here, Alpha Joaquin with Coach Aaron. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Well, my name is Aaron Noriega. I'm the founder and CEO of Vizion Sports. I went to Overfelt High School. I'm a local boy. I grew up around the area and in the community, and graduated 2003. Played ball at Anza College, and now I'm here, giving back to the youth.
Giving back, and not a lot of people know about this yet because it kind of just started, but talk about this this awesome thing that you started.
So basically what we have here is it's the One Vision 8th grade All-Star game. We pick all the top 8th graders from around the area, and we got it from, it's boundaries. We go out, far. We got straight from here to Palo Alto to Mountain House, up by Gilroy, Hollister. And basically what we do is we pick the top athletes from PAL, Pop Warner, Unlimited Weight, Snoop League, all the best, the guys out of there, but you got to be 8th grade. And we pick the best guys and we put them on a platform, on a game where it's like, it's a big platform, and, basically this game is more than just an all-star game. It's a mentorship too, because one thing about these kids is, when they touch high school, they're going to touch a whole different element. So
right.
We're getting them ready for what they're going to, expect for the next 4 years. So it's to prepare them, mentally and physically. The coaches of these teams, we don't have no youth coaches or high school coaches. These guys are all, ex-college guys, ex-NFL players that coach these teams, because, we don't want to run into, well, the only reason why he's playing running back or quarterback because that's his youth coach, or the only reason why he's the high school coach because he's trying to get him to go to, the high school. So, we kind of keep all that away and bring the guys as they don't know you and you don't know them. So they come in here and you just got to work.
So this is interesting because over the years, I would say maybe the past 5 years, things have intensified in all levels of specifically football, high school, college, youth. We're seeing under the radar youth videos everywhere.
Right.
But what made you do this in the first place?
I mean, the biggest thing is, the guys that are basically preparing yourself, Like I said, you're getting ready to touch another element of your life. You only have 4 years in high school. You don't get those back. That's one thing that I know
That's
growing
true.
up.
That's right.
You only got 4 years, and this is not a movie. You can't press rewind and go back. So you got 4 years.
That sucks for us.
You want to make the best of it. So like I said, we put them on a scale where everything that's the information and the knowledge that they're going to get, we have sessions. Like I said, it's not just an all-star game. We have sessions where, you get taught about huddle. We have huddle come in and, talk about huddle, guys that are real familiar of the huddle, teach them, because that's a big thing that they're going to use in high school.
Yeah.
Huddle. We have, high school coaches come in and talk about being a student athlete. When you step on campus, this is how they expect their athletes to act. We have counselors that come in and say, hey, you know what, this is what you need to take your freshman year, because a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people, they go in, they get their schedule, and they don't know that you need to take this and this to get in this university, or take this and this. You got to have a 4-year plan. You just can't go up in there and just grab a schedule and just, hey, okay, let's go to class. It's a 4-year plan.
It's a 4-year plan, and that's definitely giving back. I mean, I know, like in the youth sports industry, I guess, there's a lot of money-making scheme out there where, they'll throw up an all-star game and charge the kids so-and-so,
Right.
this. I just found out about a $300 freaking all-star game happening, in Florida or somewhere, but
Right.
So your concentration is to really give back to the community,
Really give
prepare
back to
these
the-
kids
Right.
to play at the next level. Just talk about the some of the guys that you work with and the guys that are helping you achieve this.
We have I got a good, one thing about running this is you got to have a solid team behind you, a solid base behind you. We work with, I got my staff, I got my business partner, Marcus Tribble. He's a good guy. He's my right-hand man, good guy. He takes care of all the, behind-the-scene works for me and stuff like that. And some of the coaches that we got on here, a local guy, Mr. San Jose, Jabari Carr, man, he's a brother to me. So, he set us up with the San Jose State tour. So we got a tour for the kids at San Jose State. So each team goes,
Nice.
and, they tour at San Jose State, just to give them that college life and stuff. It's always good to think about college now, so we have that. And then, the coaches, the coaches, one of the guys, Jamar Julian, he's been with us for, 3 years, he's a local guy, played for Oak Grove High School, played for San Jose State, and then went to go play for the Kansas City Chiefs, the Oakland Raiders, so, he has a good background and knowledge to feed to these kids too, that's one of the guys. And, there's a list of coaches, man, Coach Chop, Coach Jermaine, I can go on and on, Coach Gabe, all these guys are, they're leaders and mentors to these kids, and, that's what we want here at One Vision.
And when you first started this, was it just South Bay? Or?
Yeah, it was. We had to get a lot of people to believe in this first. When you throw something, because so many people want to just throw all-star games. But the first year, it was kind of rough. But once the first year happened and how organized it was, and how great the event was, people were believing in, the One Vision game. So it became that's the game to go to. That's the game to get into. So it's a lot of hard work, man. We put a lot of time into this. Like I said, it's not just a game. It's a 6-week process. We do the combine. It's a combine, and then we do a live draft. So you can watch the draft on TV on the live streaming, So it's a live draft. So the kids get drafted, once you're at the combine. So it's a nice thing. And, like I said, I have a lot of good people behind me. The supervisor, Dave Cortez, he's a good man. He helps out with a lot of stuff that we do. Laura McCabe, she's a good lady, and Chandra Brooks. I can go on and on, man. We got a good team and a solid base behind us, and people that believe in us and what we do, man. That's the main thing.
Nice. And just so everybody knows, we're at Silver Creek High School right now. What do you do here at Silver Creek? And what are the other things that you do? So
I coach girls softball. I coach football here too. I'm the head coach. I'm the head varsity coach of the Silver Creek softball team. I coach running backs here at Silver Creek on the varsity team. And I also work here on campus. So I deal with the youth, I'm the campus monitor here, so I make sure that, the kids are all in line, everybody goes to class, and, I deal with the disciplinary actions and stuff like that. So, this is what I love to do. So, my One Vision job and this job all ties in together. So it's something that I love to do because I love kids and I love youth. And, if there's any way that I can make a difference, for a kid, I'm all for it. So I love being here too.
That's awesome, man. So you grew up in San Jose, you played ball at Overfelt. When did you know that this was the path that you're going to get into? I know there's going to be some high school kids watching this, some of your all-star kids watching this, and I think it'd be a cool thing for them to hear from you as far as like, what got you into this?
Right. What got me into, is the question, what got me into football or what got me into where I'm at right now?
Well, what was the path? At what point in your life did you realize, like, I want to stay in athletics, I want to stay in school, I want to work with kids? Right.
So, growing up, where I grew up at, it's rough, and not that I didn't have support. I have a good family base, mom, dad, good family base. My parents still together, so I'm not the type that, I don't have a dad or I have a mom, so I have a great family base, and, and they're still here with me now, helping me out with my One Vision stuff. So that's not the issue, but just growing up in that environment, it's hard, so, there's a lot of mistakes that I have made, and, it put me in a situation where, I couldn't continue on my football career or whatever the situation may be. But when you're able to, when you make mistakes like that, you're able to share those mistakes so the kids don't be able to make the same mistakes that you have made. So that's why I'm taking it to a different level and really pushing this, because there's kids out there. If I would have known what I know now, a lot of those mistakes wouldn't have happened. So I'm here to share that and get these kids on the right path and move them, because I like to see kids, be successful in life. And that's the thing, giving back is one of my main things, and I love it.
2005 is when you graduated?
2003.
2003.
So MySpace was just beginning then.
Yeah, MySpace. Hey, the Instagram and the Facebook, man. Those are ways to go because that's a networking tool,
Yeah,
and everybody's all on it. So
That's how we met, pretty much.
Exactly. And I want to thank GetSportsFocus. I want to thank you very much for coming out here because you guys are big in this community and other communities, and you guys are starting to pick up. So I want to thank you guys for coming and covering this game. It means a lot to us.
No, man, it was an awesome experience last year because when we covered the game, it was me and Brittany. It kind of ran long, so she had to leave early. So I ended up being the one to do the interviews with some of the, the award winners. Mm-hmm. And I met Troy Franklin. I met RP3. I think we were the first one to give him that that nickname, RP3. And his dad was like, "That sounds so cool." But I'm still in touch with those guys, and all they have, everything that they say is good stuff about you and what you did for their son. And I was talking to him the other day, and he was like, "Are you going to be at that game?" I was like, "Of course I'm going to be at that game." I was like, I got that on my calendar. It's the Sunday after the Super Bowl, the Saturday after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But, I mean, growing up, we didn't have the tools that are available now to these kids. And some of these kids take it for granted.
Right.
But talk about some of the changes that you've witnessed, maybe even in the last 5 years. As far as like, I don't know, I guess recruiting, exposure, or just how things are a lot better now and harder, right?
Right.
Than it was when you were playing.
Right. Well, one thing I know is that the good thing about it is, you have Huddle. That's a tool that you could use right there, And
we had VHS.
Yeah, I know.
And the post office.
Like right now, I still have tapes where I have to put the little tape into the big tape and then push it in so yeah. But I mean, like I said, the internet is a beast. You got to use it and you really got to grind. You have to grind. It's a grind. And I mean, even if football is not the thing for you, you still want to strive for more. Because at the end of the day, you still have to live life. Whether football is, what you want to. Basically, you just want to be successful in life, period. It's not just football. And that's what we give here at One Vision as a mentorship. What about if you don't make it? And those are the things you need to think about. So those are the things we talk about too,
And I'm sure that the game that you started have been getting a lot of attention from high schools, private and public. What are your thoughts about, kids going to private school, kids going to public school? It seems like the private schools have a lot of pull nowadays. Mm-hmm. And I went to Gunn. I just heard recently that Gunn, not Gunderson, Gunn in Palo Alto.
Right.
I just heard recently that they're probably going to cancel the football team. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct, but somebody told me, somebody reached out, they're like, "You should do a story on this." I'm like,
right.
Really?
I hope not, man, because, this sport is it's a lovely sport, man. I love it. Some people, have, doubts about the sport, but there's pros and cons to it. But, there's a lot of people that love this sport. So I feel that taking that away from them is, it's not a good thing. Those are the things that keep kids going sometimes. And sometimes that's all that kids have,
Yeah.
So it keeps them going. But, as far as the public school and the private school, back on that subject, there's some things that private schools, that can offer that public schools can't, So, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, Like I said, this game, I get a lot of, this game is a recruiting tool. It's not a recruiting tool.
That was my next question.
Everybody, this is a recruiting tool. All the private schools are picking up. It's not for that, though. Like I said, these kids, these kids are already based in basically the high schools that they're going to. Like I said, there's kids that are already, that took the test to go to Valley Christian or took the test to go to Meade already. They're already going to those schools, So it's basically, when we tell the coaches to come out and see the kids. It's basically like a graduation. The kids get excited to see other people there and coaches there, you know. It's no more than what high school, you know, players like to see UCLA sitting in the stands. They play harder.
Exactly.
It's something that, so it's not for a recruiting tool, you know what I mean? That's not what it's for. It's a graduation. These kids' youth days are over. They're getting ready to transfer to high school. Seeing a lot of people and seeing those guys, it gets them excited. So that's why we reach out to all the high schools and, you know, tell them to come out and watch this game. Because I mean, just like I tell the kids, I say your future high school is somewhere in that stands right now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So those kids, you know, love to see it. And then you guys get a jump start on seeing, you know, who's coming in and stuff like that. So it's a good thing.
That's exactly what I was telling Raymond Price II. He's the dad.
Right.
I told him, like, isn't it cool that I got 8th grade footage of your son?
Right.
And we'll bust it out again when he's a senior, you know. Hopefully he'll get a lot of, like, looks and offers. But, I mean, Troy Franklin started as a freshman at Menlo Atherton.
Right.
And I didn't know that was going to happen. But, you know, Coach Adair was like, he told me, like, early in the summer, it's like, I think we're going to move him up to varsity. I think he can hang with varsity. And he looks like – and I looked at him during one of the 7-on-7 practices. I was like, yeah, I didn't even recognize the kid.
I don't even call him Troy Franklin no more. I call him Baby Julio Jones,
Baby
like you do.
that's the nickname, exactly. Okay, we gotta put some nicknames on this year's roster. But as far as, like, you know, I wanted to get back with the because this is something that comes up once in a while with parents, you know, interacting with parents, especially the youth parents. You know, from as far as what your thoughts are on, like, should a parent, if they have a baller and they have an opportunity to go to a private school or their neighborhood school, you know, do you even talk about that with them, or is it like a kind of like a conversation that you kind of avoid?
No, I talk to them about it, you know, and that's my job, you know what I mean? Like, private school is not for everybody, you know what I mean? And that's something that they got to understand, you know what I mean? Private school is not for everybody. Is it a good thing? Yeah, it is a good thing. You know, I see pros and cons to private schools, and I see pros and cons to, you know, public schools. I work at a public school. So, I mean, it doesn't mean that because you're at a public school, you're not going to make it out. You know
exactly.
what I mean? So I don't want people to get the wrong idea that, oh, because you're here, you're not going to make it out. You know, I got to go here. You know, you can't go like I said, private school is not for everybody. You know, sometimes academically it's too much for some people that, you know, that really is not academically strong enough to, you know, so, you know, and then sometimes it scares people away. Like, I don't want to go to that school because of, you know, what goes on there, you know, the academics are hard. So, but basically, you know, like I said, it's basically what fits you, you know, because I have guys that go, I'm going to Valley Christian because so-and-so's going there, or I'm going to Midi because so-and-so's going, or I'm going to Sarah because so-and-so. You got to do what's best for you, not because your friend from youth is going there, now you want to go there too. Do what's best for you, you know, because at the end of the day, what's best for you is going to get you where you need to go.
Man, this sounds like college recruiting, or the process. You know, I've talked to a lot of college coaches and college kids that, you know, seniors that have gone on to play at the next level, and that's the word, fit.
Right.
What fits.
Right. No, for sure.
And that's all sports, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, speaking of public school versus private school, I don't know why we're talking about this. I think there's more guys that are in the league now that came from public schools.
I mean, look at Milpitas, public school powerhouse. You know, that's a
Smith,
powerhouse. Look at Pittsburgh. Look at Pittsburgh,
yeah.
Powerhouse. You know, so those are public schools that are powerhouses. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I like both. You know what I mean? I like both. I like, you know, private and public, you know, whatever fits, you know, I get along with everybody. All right, turning back the clock, you're an 8th grader. I know.
Would you have gone to Overfelt, or would you have gone to maybe, you know, Valley Christian?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, my son, he's 9 years old. He's a baller.
Oh, that's right.
And
tell us about that part of your life too, because you're a coach.
Yeah, I'm
a
coach.
Youth coach.
I'm a youth coach, you know, so, you know, I got a chance to coach my son this year, you know, on the Mighty Might level.
Nice.
And we won the championship, Division I, you know, Pop Warner championship. So I mean, I had a great little team. We coached for South Bay Spartans, so I had a great little team, and
And I mean, it was an awesome experience, you know, just to be around the youth like that. Going back down to the youth and be able to coach there, it brings the football back to life. You know what I mean? You go back to fundamentals, and those are the things. But you know, my son, he's a Valley Christian fanatic, man. So you know what I mean, that's his thing where he wants to go.
Boy.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I mean, this game. Let's go back to the game. It's happening not this weekend, but the following weekend. Tell us a little bit more of what's going to happen during the game. Give us a little preview of what we can expect.
Okay, so this Saturday we had a red carpet. You know, that's like the red carpet event. Basically, they come in. We teach the kids that, you know, not every day is jeans and Jordans. You know, you got to dress up, put the click clacks on, and be professional. Because if you want to do this later on as a job, you have to be professional. It becomes a job. So we teach them, you know, how to, you know, walk the red carpet with your families, have a dinner, have guest
speakers. This is so cool, dude. You're teaching these kids how to, like, I mean, I'm sure that a lot of these kids will grow up and they will remember this.
Right.
Because not all of them are probably going to end up playing at the next level.
Right.
And this is a great way. Okay, go on.
So,
Sorry.
so that's this week. That's this Saturday, February 3rd. That's the red carpet event. The next week is February 10th. That's the day of the game. The kids will show up at 9 a.m. in the morning.
9 a.m. Why 9 a.m.?
Because we got to teach the kids one thing about.
It's a 7 o'clock game.
I'm telling you, listen right here. One thing about this is it's good because it's no longer youth where you just come in an hour before game time, weigh in, get dressed, and go play. You know what I mean? In high school, you got to prepare. So we give them sessions. You know, it's like it's preparation before the game. You know, we feed them proper meals, what to eat. You know, how long you eat before a meal. You know, what's the time frame you eat before a meal. You know, we talk about hydration. We got Body Armor sponsoring, so we have Body Armor here. They talk about hydration. We have, like I said, the huddle session. You know, so they bounce around in different sessions throughout the game. And then we have a rest and relaxation period where they go in the locker rooms. They can either relax, lay down, they get on the PS4, play the PS4, just chill, have like a rest relaxation period. They have interviews. You know, we have the camera crews come in. They give them interviews. So this is all the stuff that they're going throughout the game. You know.
This is game day.
This is game day. This is game day. So it's all stuff. Like I said, like once it hits like 3 o'clock, that's that rest and relaxation period that they have where they just, everything dims down. Everything kind of calms down and gets ready because it's getting close to time. So, so they come in early and they go through all the sessions, man. And we have, last year we had 2 coaches come in. We had Several Creek coach, Coach Lucier, come in and speak to the kids with Coach Braun from Oak Grove last year. Now this year I'm bringing in 2 private school, you know, coaches. I have Coach Sione. Congratulations to him with the new midi job that he has got. And then I got Coach Machado from Valley Christian. So we have them 2 coming in speaking to the kids. And, you know, just like it said, purely talking about a student athlete, you know, what to expect as they get to the next level and how they want to conduct themselves on campus and, you know, being a student athlete and, you know, the high standards, you know, that they have to have. You know?
Funny you mentioned Sione because I was about to reach out to him after this interview and ask him if he wants to be the next guest. But no, that sounds so awesome. And then the game is just your regular. I mean, there's no special rules or anything.
Yeah, there is special rules. So it is a showcase. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you can only send 5 on defense. You can only send 5. For the extra points, they're free. You can't block the extra points. If they're going for a field goal, you could go ahead and block a field goal, but extra points you can't block. You have to, for kickoffs, you got to kick it 35 yards. You have to kick it past 35 yards. You know, if you don't, it's either re-kick or you get a penalty for it. And for punt, you can't rush on a punt. You know, and yeah, so, you know, basically things like that, you know, so, and then you can't do any onside kicks. The onside kicks are only in the 4th quarter for the losing team.
Gotcha. I got a couple more questions. So are the kids practicing now? Like, how does that work?
The kids practice so they have 10 practices.
I'm kind of going backwards here. So why don't I just do this? Explain the process of becoming an all-star for these, because I'm sure there's a lot of 6th graders, 7th graders that are looking forward to this. Right. But what's the process like?
So the process is, you know, when you go through the start of the new youth season, so like for instance 2019, which we call it 2019, because this game is played in 2019 next year. I mean, so what happens is we start the process is when you guys all go to your youth, programs, I send scouts out. So throughout the whole year, from when you start in July, in August, that's when your games start, I send guys out. So I'll send my crew out. Like, you 5 go all Pop Warner games, you 5 go all AYFL, you 5 go all Snoop Dogg League, and then we come up at the table in December and we start putting names in the hat on who we got.
Gotcha.
So, basically we get 135 athletes, but we pick the top 56.
Have you ever gotten, I'm sure you have, a parent contacting you, my son's an all-star?
All the time. All the time. Phones ringing.
And how do you handle that?
Basically it's, we try to be as, respectful as possible. Like I said, we do send our scouts out. I just tell the parent, we do send our scouts out. So if he's on the list, he'll be able to, make it.
That's
but
how
we
you
will
know
go
it's serious.
check. Yeah.
It
is. It's becoming the biggest youth game right here in the Bay Area right now.
Yeah. Well, is there another one? I tried to find out before I met with you.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Somebody's gonna try to do this game, but they have to you have to meet the standards if you're gonna pull this game off.
That
like
is
this.
true.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not just a game, and we go by that. That's one of our slogans. It's not just a game; it's a game changer.
I like that. And when you have coaches that go out, pretty much scout the kids, and then have you ever had a family or a kid that does not want to play, or?
Yeah, so like we do have guys that say, oh man, I want to play in it, but basketball season's starting. That's my main sport, so can't do it. So that's why I say we got 135 athletes. We only picked top 56, but we have guys on the waiting list that we scouted too that are good enough to play in this game too. But we just had this guy over him, so if he drops, we fill in the slot. It's easy to fill in a slot, man. We had, like I said, 135 athletes. You got pull.
And I know it's the third year, right?
It's third year.
As far as people that have made a difference, contributed, or helped you out, who would you like to thank?
Again, I want to go back. I want to thank my business partner, Marcus Tribble. My whole team. I have another partner, Ula. She's real big on the team. My wife, Candace. She helps out a lot. She has all the stress part of it. With me being gone and moving around. But on the city side, like I said, I would like to thank Supervisor Dave, Cortese, Laura McCabe, and Chandra Brooks. Man, they're a big help to us. On believing in one vision and providing for this community and helping out for this community. Man, they're real hands-on with us, and I appreciate them very much.
And we believe in what you're doing. That's why we're doing this too.
And always mom and pops. Always. I can't forget that. Moms and pops is a plus too. Always, they've been there for me since I was a young kid. And so whatever I need now, they're always, there for me to help out in any way, so.
Very nice. Now, where do you see this going? I know every year has been a step up. I'm looking forward to this year. Unfortunately, I can't see the gala and all the other stuff. Right. But I'm pretty sure in the future, we'll be up in there.
Yeah, for sure.
But, where do you see this? Let's say in 2 years, 5th year.
Like, my whole thing is I'm looking for somebody to pick up this game. I want Adidas or Nike or somebody to pick this game up and say, I'm sponsoring this game. I'm looking for somebody just to come in and trigger and say, you know what, I love this. I want to sponsor this game. Here you go. Do what you got to do with it. We're behind you, and we're going to financially back this for you. We're looking for somebody, somebody big to come on because, we would love to have it at San Jose State. We would love to have it at a Levi Stadium. It's coming to the phase where Silver Creek is not going to be able to hold that much, Yeah. And the reason why I like having that Silver Creek is because I have access here, I work here, so I pretty much know the campus and stuff like that. So, but it's getting ready to, last year we had a big amount of people, a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot of people last year from what I remember.
This year, I'm looking for even bigger. So, it's coming to the point where we're going to have to change venues. Maybe, move off to San Jose City later and then move out to San Jose State.
That would be a good one.
Maybe Levi Stadium.
That would be a good one. I could see San Jose City like hosting an event like this.
Yeah.
I think you just got to talk to the proper people and, you'll
Right.
be on your way there. But any last words before I let you go? You can you can give out the social media, all the social media information to everybody listening to this.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and go follow us on Instagram at _Vizion. And remember, when you spell vision, it's with a Z, Vizion. You know, so yeah, you can follow us there you can follow us on Facebook on Vizion Sports, and you can follow us on we have a Twitter account, and we also have, you know what, you can also go to our website at onevizionsports.com.
Gotcha, and everything should be
Everything,
there.
you can buy gear there, you can get all.
Oh, you got gear too?
Yeah, we got gear too.
Hey, I see you wearing it.
We're trying to build a brand. Yeah, you know, got the One Vision.
Well, so speaking of gear, let's talk about the gear. So how does this work? Is it always red versus blue, or what's the deal?
So what we do in this game is we pick a college. You know, we pick a college and we say, okay, you know what? We're gonna go with this college colors this year. So, you know, that's how, that's how this, the 8th grade game's brought. So, last year we did UCLA. This year is University of Washington, UW.
Why Washington?
Because, man, the Huskies, it's kind of biased, Huskies, but, yeah, so we're going UW this year. So, next year,
Purple Rain.
Purple Rain, baby. Purple Rain. So,
and any message you want to send out there to anybody who might come across this, who believes in helping youth athletics and all that?
Man, we're always here to expand our relationships with different people. So you could always contact us on social media and, trying to tap in. Like I said, we do camps too. We do camps. I throw a free camp every year for the youth, man. Free camp for the youth to come out. They get T-shirt. They eat food, after the camp,
Nice.
and it's a big event, man. We always have it in the summer, and come out and just tap in with us, man. We're always on social media throwing on new things, so you guys can just figure out what we got. But we got some new upcoming stuff that's coming, So it's gonna get real. It's gonna get real big and real rowdy, man. So we're excited, on the new upcoming things that we're gonna launch pretty soon. So
Very nice, very nice. So the game is on Saturday,
February
10th.
7 p.m.
7 p.m. You might want to get there at 6 because I'm
Yes,
pretty sure it's
it's
going to fill up.
packed.
Last year it was pretty full, and it's still a high school stadium, still a high school parking lot, and if it's packed, well, you might have to take Uber or something.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
But Coach, thank you for doing this. I think this is a very informative segment that a lot of the people that are curious to know what this is all about. They're going to learn more about you. They're going to learn more about the game, the mission behind it, and everything. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Go to the game February 10th. One Vision 8th grade All-Star game. You got to get there, baby.
There it is. All right.